Min Ong, and I'm the CTO at Neat. It's a consumer and AI automation focused company. So I was around 6 years old, and my older sister was learning Quick Basic back in the MS-DOS days, making simple games. So it was definitely at that age I wanted to be just like her, and also get some time on the family computer. So, so I got into the same. I was using the same books that she was using, and also learning how to make those games. Um, from there, my interest in programming did outstrip hers, and I continued on with other robotics and programming projects throughout the years, and eventually did an electrical engineering degree at university. When I then realized I liked the electrical bits less than the programming bits, so focused more and more on software development instead. I think the part that appeals to me the most is thinking through and structuring the logic and functionality of what I wish to develop, and then actually being able to implement it in the most elegant way possible. Yeah, so for me, I think two things. The first one was when a senior developer I respected in the team thought they had written the code I had written. So good history of something that cleared that up pretty quickly. But kind of beyond that, also being more aware of the broader context and thinking critically about the impact of the development work I was doing. For example, um, considerations for user requirements and other related systems and services that might change or be impacted by what I do. So that broader awareness was definitely something that I think made me feel like I was no longer a junior developer. Yeah, so for me, it was leaving the first company I'd probably worked at, and taking a year out to completely focus and pursue a master's in data science. Basically, it was at a point when big data was a buzzword in the community, and I was increasingly curious and also alarmed by how my personal data was being used by algorithms and machine learning to make decisions and inferences about me. Um, I also felt I needed to increase my data literacy, which I think is especially important a skill now for everyone in this post-truth era. And also that move opened up a whole new world of opportunities to me in data science, meeting kind of engineering, and yeah, that led me to where I am today. So in hindsight, I do feel quite lucky that the first team I worked in after my undergraduate degree far exceeded industry benchmarks in both gender and cultural diversity. So in that team, I never felt any more or less supported than my peers in progressing as an engineer, and also the opportunities I had. Having said that, as I progressed in my career, from seniority and also looking beyond my immediate team, I have definitely noticed less and less diversity and representation in tech leadership. So I'm quite frequently the only female CTO, and sometimes the only ethnic minority CTO at CTO roundtable events. So definitely usage of gendered terms and biases in job descriptions is something I see come up quite frequently as well. And I might sound pedantic every time I challenge others' phrasing, such as using him rather than they, or even the other way around, like in HR roles, assuming that someone would be female. But I think that's kind of little things that we can do in day to day that is very important. And yeah, I'm approaching it reducing one gendered term at a time. I think my experience has varied, and quite often any assumptions made about me and my background by other people are usually, actually whether in workplace or in life, are usually based on their previous experience of someone with a similar background to me or someone I reminded them of. Um, so for me, I think the key thing to having your opinions listened to, I think, is to build that rapport with that person, and mutual understanding and trust is really key to good communication, and ultimately it's a shared responsibility. So I think so time and effort to get to know someone, being able to empathize with others and see the world through their eyes is important. Uh, and to kind of go back to a previous point, there are many ways biases can manifest, and others may be impacted by biases you may not have experienced yourself. So yeah, seeing the world through someone else's eyes is key to me. So both formally and informally. So at, at the stage where I am in my career now, having a network of advisors and mentors is so important. Um, However, I would say early on in my career, the informal mentorships, just through getting to know someone, was definitely a lot easier and more comfortable to establish for me. And some of those people might not even know that I view them as a mentor today, or I have viewed them as a mentor. So I would say formal mentorship programs, while great for introductions, did not really personally help me form lasting connections, because I found it a lot harder to establish a good rapport in the programs that I've been involved in. Yeah, so I'm part of several women's networks in tech and data science. So some examples are Wagora and Women in Data Science. Um, but I would say when the time allows, at this point, building a fast growing startup. So, but I am aware that as I grow my role as a CTO of a startup, that I'm in a great position to be more of a role model to others that may have been in a similar position to where I was in the past. And I will definitely be looking to do more to forward the equality agenda in the future. Yeah, so I would definitely say have a curious mindset and always strive for improvement in yourself. I do feel there is a fine balance between confidence in your own abilities and being open to acknowledging what you do know and you don't know, so you can learn. And that balance is difficult to achieve. I think I've gotten better at it over the years, but I do know I don't ever want to stop learning. So I wouldn't want to get to a point where I felt like I was so confident in everything that I did that I didn't have to continue learning. I think life would be pretty dull if that did happen. Um, and yeah, otherwise, meditation is something that I find a really good practice as well to help kind of be at peace with things that you cannot change and to focus your efforts on the things that you can.